In December 1977, a drive-by shooting happened in Sacramento. A man suddenly opened fire on a moving vehicle, killing the driver instantly before escaping the area without leaving clear evidence behind.
Weeks later, another attack happened when a woman carrying groceries into her house was shot in her own driveway.
And the killer entered the home briefly before leaving again without stealing anything.
Police connected the shootings because of ballistic evidence and realized the same weapon had been used in both crimes.
Days later, a neighbor noticed an open front door at another house and called police after hearing no response from inside.
Officers entered the building and discovered a violent scene with one victim dead inside the hallway.
And another inside a bedroom, and signs showed the killer had moved through several rooms after the murders. Investigators found strange evidence throughout the house, including missing body parts, blood collected in containers, and signs that the killer had stayed inside longer than expected.
Witnesses reported seeing a thin, disheveled man leaving the area carrying a box shortly after the murders.
Police began checking recent incidents involving suspicious behavior and discovered reports
about a man acting erratically around neighborhoods and parked cars late at night.
A separate witness described a man attempting to enter homes through unlocked doors.
And investigators realized the killer specifically searched for houses left unsecured.
Then, another attack happened when a pregnant woman was found murdered inside her home.
along with multiple family members, and investigators immediately connected the scene to the previous murders because of the same disturbing patterns.
This time, the killer remained inside the house long enough to leave fingerprints and shoe prints across multiple rooms.
Detectives recovered a clear handprint stained with blood and sent it for comparison,
while officers searched records for known offenders matching witness descriptions. At the same time, reports came in about stolen dogs, missing pets, and strange incidents involving blood discovered inside abandoned buildings.
One witness told police he saw a man covered in blood wandering through a neighborhood
shortly before sunrise, carrying what appeared to be clothing stuffed into bags.
Investigators traced several fingerprints to a man named Richard Chase, who had previous contact with police due to bizarre behavior and mental instability. Officers searched locations connected to him and discovered weapons, blood-stained materials, and evidence linking him directly to the murders.
When police finally located him, he attempted to flee through the streets before officers surrounded and arrested him.
Inside his apartment, investigators found more physical evidence connected to multiple crime scenes,
including stolen property, victim belongings, and blood traces matching forensic samples from the murders.
After the arrest, investigators reconstructed the timeline and discovered that Richard Chase
had spent weeks driving randomly through neighborhoods searching for unlocked homes before choosing victims.
Evidence showed that locked doors usually caused him to leave immediately, while open doors became targets for attacks. Detectives connected vehicle sightings, witness statements, fingerprints, and ballistic evidence directly to Chase,
and tied him to every major scene from the investigation.
During questioning, he gave fragmented explanations and admitted entering homes after testing doors silently late at night.
Investigators discovered he had moved between neighborhoods repeatedly during the weeks before the murders,
and often returned to areas where police activity had already increased.
One surviving witness described hearing footsteps moving slowly through a hallway
moments before the attack began, and investigators matched the timing to Chase's movements that same night.
Searches of garbage containers near his apartment uncovered ammunition receipts, clothing stained with blood, and newspaper clippings about the murders. Ballistic testing confirmed the handgun recovered from his possession matched shell casings from earlier shootings. Detectives then revisited unsolved animal killings and strange break-ins reported months earlier,
and several incidents were linked back to the same suspect through witness descriptions.
A neighbor reported Chase washing blood from his hands outside an apartment complex,
only hours after one of the murders, but at the time, no one connected him to the crimes.
Investigators also discovered that he had approached random strangers days before the killings,
speaking incoherently and attempting to lure people toward his vehicle.
The strongest evidence came from fingerprints left directly inside the final murder scene,
where blood traces preserved clear impressions that matched Chase perfectly.
During the trial, prosecutors presented photographs, physical evidence, witness accounts,
ballistic matches, and recovered victim property found inside his apartment.
Each section of evidence connected chronologically and showed the escalation,
from random shootings to multiple home invasions and brutal murders within only a few weeks. The court found him guilty and the case closed after investigators confirmed every major piece of evidence linked back to him without contradiction.
Years later, the timeline of the murders remained one of the fastest escalations in a serial murder case.
Because the attacks intensified rapidly over a very short period before the arrest finally stopped the killings.